Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Max. So let's talk, man. All right. So, as you can see from the title, 31 white nationalists were discovered in the back of a U-Haul truck, and they were en route to a pride celebration that was taking place. And we can assume what they were about to do. When you have 31 grown men crammed in the back of a U-Haul truck, and I don't know if this was in Texas or where it was, but I know it's hot right now. And so for you to put that much effort into cramming 31 men into the back of a U-Haul truck, you wasn't just going to speak your mind. And all of these 31 men and women were arrested, which they rightfully should have been. I'm glad the police did get to them. I'm glad that the people who were out there celebrating uh, in that parade were not harmed by these evil people. And this is something that we need to talk about because we look at we look at so many different threats out here in our society, and we put focus on so many other things of harm, but the true harm is coming from these white nationalist men who are out here feeling like they have to take the law into their own hands because the government is not eradicating other ethnic groups as fast as they would like. And so they feel in order to keep their ethnic group in a place of domination over all other groups, then they have to go out and shoot and kill and intimidate all the other ethnic groups. This is the belief of these white nationalist domestic terrorist groups that we are dealing with now. And these groups are the same groups that are being placed on the national terrorism list, right along with street gangs and so forth and so on, which I feel is absolutely necessary. So let's discuss this because the other day I was doing a show and I was talking about who's your ops. And I was trying to paint a picture to young black men and women that there's opposition out here that goes far higher than the local adversary that you have in your neighborhood or your local enemy that you have in your neighborhood with the petty issues that are brought up to cause these brothers and sisters to call each other opponents or to call each other enemies. You have opposition out there, such as these men who will organize and they will go and they will do something such as rent a U-Haul truck and they will gather up 31 people in that U-Haul truck to go out and to cause chaos and to do whatever they're set out to do. Now, when you have people who are willing to go to these lengths just to go out and to show their disapproval of something, then you know within those 31 people, there's some people in there with the mindset to do some damage and to really do some bodily harm to people. So when we have this looming threat always over our heads and we're not paying attention to that threat because we can only see as far as the hood, then these types of people will be left open to attack us at any point that they choose to because we're not paying attention to that. But this is something that we really truly need to pay attention to. Okay, these are the ops that we really need to be keeping our eye on at all points because these are the ops who can really, really do some damage in your life. These are the ops who work on these job sites that are supervisors. These are the ones who are in those positions in office in the city. But you wouldn't know that they have these secret ties to these white nationalist organizations because these are things that they keep to themselves and they do on their free time This is what's going on. These are your ops. These are the true ops. So I'm asking everybody, I'm petitioning everybody, and this is not just a black thing. This is just a ethnicity thing all the way across the board, because it's not just black people that are hated. It's gays that are hated. It's Jews that are hated. It's Hispanics that are hated. Anybody that is non-white to these white nationalist men is on their hit list. And so while we're battling within and battling amongst each other, we have a whole nother op that is sitting there looking at us do the job for them. And if they feel like we're not doing it fast enough, then they'll organize, they'll network, and they will send out different groups to help the process along, so to speak. And so when we see these random acts of violence against black people, when we see these random acts of violence against gays and and Hispanics and all of these different mass shootings that are taking place that are targeting specific types of people, we have to understand that there is a network of people out here who have come together for a common cause, and that one common cause is to to solidify their ethnic group within the United States. And what I mean by solidify is to keep their numbers higher than the numbers of the other ethnic groups so that they can maintain a certain level of physical dominance in this country. Now, that's 31 men in the back of a U-Haul, and they were going to take out some people at a pride celebration, because you're not going to get arrested just for being in the back of a U-Haul truck. So there had to be a whole lot more evidence that these officers had if they were able to go ahead and arrest these men, because let's be honest, it takes a pretty much an act of Congress for these people to be brought to accountability, especially when some of their members are on the police force as well. So I'm just bringing this to our attention because, like I said, we're paying attention to the wrong op. We're paying attention to the wrong enemy, the enemy that can do real damage to us in large masses in a short period of time. These people are sitting back with their ball caps on and their whatever other stereotype comes along with these types of people. I'm not going to sit here and start to do that, but I'm just saying this to make a point that the threat is real, and the threat level is getting higher. The threat level should be at orange right now as far as domestic terrorism within the United States. We've just seen the school get shot up. And even in the midst of that, even after dealing with such carnage and hatred and atrocious acts, these people still have a mind to go out and commit even more atrocious acts on top of what America is already dealing with as we mourn the loss of the people in Uvalde. So, what is the answer? What is the solution to this? Well, our FBI gonna have to get on their job, and us as the targets are going to have to pay attention to our surroundings. It seems like I'm echoing everything that I was just saying the other day. You're a target out here. You're a walking target, and I feel the same as I did when I was in Iraq. I was a walking target, and it wasn't about my skin color. It was about the uniform that I had on and what I represented. And so walking around and having to keep your head on a swivel because of the threat of danger, that's kind of where I that's where I thrive at. That's where I show my best side at. That's where I'm comfortable at. So I want people to understand, if you're out here and you have a mindset of thinking that you're going to do an ethnic cleansing within this country, just know that whatever you put out is coming back at you. Whether that's the hatred that you're putting out, the evil vibes that you're putting out, or the lead that you're going to be sending out, it's all coming back to you. Just know that. That's not a threat, that's a promise. So people stay on point. Keep your weapons loaded and keep them oiled and functional and ready to go at any time. And you got to have the mindset that I will use this. I am willing to use this, because people are coming out here in masses to start to shoot and kill people and cause terror within our country, even more so than what we're already dealing with. We don't know who's funding these people, but I feel like the FBI, CIA, all of the alphabet crews should be on top of this and finding out who's funding these terrorist organizations within the United States. Because we know that our country is infamous for funding terrorism. We funded Al Qaeda. We funded so many of the groups in the Middle East. And so we have to find the source of the money. When you follow the money, then you're going to find out a whole lot of things. And a lot of these people were people who you see every day out here on everyday jobs that you probably entrust your life to by using their services out here. And they see you on a daily basis and they pat you on the back and they call you buddy and they call you pal and all of these different things. And they have an underlying purpose of, I want to kill you. And so if they're willing to go through all of the inconvenience that they did to go to that pride parade, what do you think they're doing on their jobs whenever they find out that somebody that they're helping or servicing is black or Hispanic or Asian or gay? What do you think they're doing to stop that person from getting what they're needing? What do you think they're doing to make it harder for this person to accomplish their goals in life? Because like I stated before, these people are in important positions within our communities, within our cities. They hold positions that we need to come and see them in order to get the things that we need in life. And so if you take those 31 people and you do research and you find out what their jobs are out in the regular world, you'll see that a lot of these people are in positions to where they can hinder the progress of somebody. And that is a part of the systemic racism that we always talk about, that we always pinpoint and point out to these people like Ben Shapiro, who are in denial that we have these things going on within this country. And this country has built a system that is built for one specific ethnic group to remain dominant over all others. I've stated this many, many times before, and just because people are in denial about the mindset and the mind state of the people in this country does not mean that we're going to forget about it and take our eye off of people like that. That's what they want us to do, and it's not going to happen. Not with me. Anyway, I can't speak for anybody else. You may be letting your guard down, but not me. Period. And I don't care who feels what way about it, because this is a life and death situation that we're talking about. This isn't play. And so when we have these militias who are not afraid to rise up and commit terrorist acts, then we have to see the same level of energy placed into these terrorist groups that was placed into the Nation of Islam. We know how the FBI and the CIA have been all up in the Nation of the Nation of Islam since its beginning, since its origin, since they first formed in the United States and were recognized as a religious group. We have to see the same energy from the alphabet boys going into these white nationalist terrorist groups as they did with Martin Luther King, as they do with rap artists. They've put more effort and money into investigating rap artists than they have these white nationalist groups who are out here prepared to commit murder on a large scale. Not just one or two here and there going back and forth tit for tat. No, they're out here and they want to take out large quantities of people at one time. And so these are the people who needs to be investigated at a high level. These are the people who should be under scrutiny at every turn, the same way that they have these other groups of people under scrutiny with their investigations into them. So we're calling on the federal government. It's your time to step up to the plate and protect and serve like you claim that's your job to do. And we expect nothing less from you. We demand nothing less from you. This is not a request from the people. This is a demand to do the job that you were sworn into office to do. And if you cannot do that job, then we absolutely will get you out. And we're not going to wait for any elections. We're going to get you out ASAP and replace you with someone who has the people in mind, not just one ethnic group, but all people. And so this is my warning going out to you white nationalist groups who feel like you have a duty to cleanse this country or to purge this country of people who don't think like you or look like you. You have a long haul ahead of you, and it's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, the only thing that you're doing is destroying your own time. You're destroying the reputation of your people. You're destroying the image of your people, or you're really revealing the true nature of your people, and you're revealing the true mindset and mentality of your people. And when I say your people, I'm not saying all white people. I'm saying the hateful white nationalist people. Those are the people that I'm referring to right now. And so, the call is out. The call is out. Everybody keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to your surroundings, because there are people out here with an intent to take your life for no other reason than they're scared that their ethnic group is going to disappear within the next 5 to 10 years because of mixing of races. It's a sad place to be at, but this is where we are as a people. So get your guns, keep your guns loaded, and be ready to shoot. This is your boy D-Mac, man. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.